Hi, Heather. It's Pete. Here I come. Hi. All right, that's enough of me. So, listen, I'm here today to try to teach you a little bit, the tiny bit, the minuscule bit that I know um, about playing with GarageBand and iMovie and a couple of bonus apps, QuickTime and Sound Studio. You'll need to buy you'll need to upgrade to QuickTime Pro, and you'll need to buy Sound Studio after 15 days. But they're like 15 bucks a piece, and they're so worth it. I think QuickTime, it's an Apple product, so it's probably, let's say, 30. Still worth it. Sorry about the squeakiness of my chair. I'll try to quit squirming. Alright, so let's get started. I have this video clip I made. Imagine it's you playing the uke. This is me playing the guitar. It sounds okay, but no one gets out of here alive. So, you see the look of the thing and the nature of the song. To me, it kind of said that it needed a Sun Studios sound to it. And that's a very small thing to do, but it makes a difference. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So you're in QuickTime Player, go into File, to Export, this box opens up. When I'm doing one project at a time, I save a lot of stuff to my desktop. So for instance, I'm going to save this file to my desktop. And what I'm doing is I'm extracting the audio file. And the way to do that is you get on here to Export. And right now it says Export Movie to QuickTime File. Just a couple ticks down from that is Export Sound to AIFF. That's what you want. And click Save. And do. There it is. There's our first sound file. Pretty good stuff. So that can go away. Now we're going to open up GarageBand. And this takes a few seconds to open up. I think you have the same kind of computer I do. But this one and iMovie are, I guess, pretty big programs or something, so they take a while to open. Alright. New file. Okay. That's under File and New. And this will come up. I have it set to acoustic instrument because I don't really know what those things are about, but I know what acoustic instruments are. So then I click Choose. And we're going to call this one, since the name of the song is No One Gets Out of Here Alive, and it'll default to this GarageBand folder in the music folder. That's where I keep mine. So this one is called No One Gets Out. Stop. Okay, so there we go. There's your basic GarageBand window. So we're going to need two tracks to start out with. The very first thing I do is I go into Control and I turn off the metronome because I've already recorded the thing. And I turn off Snap to Grid because it's unnecessary and pointless, and sometimes it's self-defeating. So after I fix the control things, turning off metronome and turning off Snap to Grid, I go into here to Track and I say New Track. Again, I pick Real Instrument because I can sing, but I can't play the piano and I can barely play the guitar, so I say Create. There we go, we have two tracks. Alright, here's the secret to the Sun Studios effect as defined by me. Go to your first track, select it here. Do not select it down here because it'll start doing things. Do not select it here because it'll change the left-right ratio. Select it, and if you select it right here, it'll select the words. So select it where there's no words or anything else. And then just bring your cursor over here to the desktop, click and drag. It's a Mac. Boom! You can do the same, might as well do the same thing down here. Click and drag. The same sound file. See, no one original, no one original, number 2. That's the computer telling itself that there's 2 of the same thing here. All right, well, we didn't put it in here for it to have no effects, did we? So, select the first track, again, in the small areas provided. I go to acoustic guitars and click bright. There, that's one. Select the second track. I go to vocals and I click live performance. You can see what the volume is like on this. That's pretty good. Alright, notice this. Make a note. If you click on the little speaker and it turns blue, that means that track isn't going to play. It's going to be muted. Alright, so I'm going to show you what this sounded like originally, and then I'll show you what it sounds like with the Sam Phillips effect. Here we go. No one gets out of here alive. Not bad. I could really live with that. Except I don't want to. So I'm going to turn this back on. I'm going to change this effect back to acoustic guitars, bright. I'm going to turn both of these on. Note how they turn orange over here, letting you know that they're alive. I'm going to save it, just for shits and giggles. Alright, this thing here is important. This thing here determines when everything starts on the timeline. So it's important to always remember where this fucking thing is at, or it'll give you headaches until you do remember to remember that. Alright, this stuff down here, as you may imagine, guess what? That's the record button. The record button is specific to whatever track is in dark blue up here. Whatever track is selected, that'll record. Say if we wanted to record something, we would have to add a new track. Say real instrument, we'd say create, and I would probably say vocals, probably live performance. I like to keep it simple. But I usually take down supporting vocals or supporting instruments to at least 1/3 volume, and after I listen to it, I take it from there. But let's listen to this with just the one track doubled up with a little bit of ambience. No one gets out of here alive. Sojourner stranded in the night. See, that's still me. It's just me a little better. But there's one thing I don't like. I don't like the echo on the intro. Sounds cheesy. Sounds overproduced. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this track. Watch what I do. I move this red thing over to here. And while this track is selected, I forget where to find it up here, but the keyboard command is Command T. Boom! Alright, so there's that. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to hit what? Command T, that's right. Alright, now I'm going to go down here and I'm going to change this live performance back to no effect vocals. And I'm going to delete one of these and move one of these down to here. So let's see what that sounds like. That's not much better. Let's make that louder and see if that helps. I think that might be it. Let's try one more thing. These little bumps here obviously indicate where there is sound, and the bigger the bump, the louder and the longer the sound is. So I'm going to just try this, and I can Command Z this to fix it if I need to. I'm going to hit Command T, and I'm going to cut this off, hopefully to make the transition smoother from this down here to these two together up here. So I'm just going to Command X this, which means I can always Command V it and put it back. Now let's listen to it. No. I like it. Okay. So that solves the intro problem. There's the rest of the song. You can pull this, you can click up here anywhere. Boom! That thing appears. Hey, mama cried, sing my boy back home. Boy. So, I'm going to save this now. Let's just keep it simple. Next time I'll show you how to add a backing track on here, but I really want to keep this simple. So, say we're done. We're done. We're going to, this is counterintuitive. You'd think it'd be under File, Save As or something like that. This is what works for me. Export song to disk, because I want to monkey around with it right away. Alright, so again, select your desktop. Ba-boom. No one gets out. Now this is an MP3, so it won't overwrite either one of these. Doon, 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 doon. Like GarageBand do its GarageBand thing. There we go. Now I'm confident we got this one, so I'm just going to quit GarageBand. Usually that's a mistake, but I've prepared for this lesson. Alright, I'm getting rid of the AIF file on there because after a while there will be a couple of different AIF files and you don't want to make a mistake with which one is which. But right now there's just an MP3 file, and what we want to do is make that an AIF file, and that's where Sound Studio comes in. I'm sure if you just Googleize Sound Studio, it'll jump right up and ask you for money. Actually, it gives you a free trial demo. At least that last time I checked it did. So you can go with that and monkey around with it and see if it's worth your while. As soon as it's open, go under File, Open. Go to the desktop where everything's at. Open up the MP3. And again, just to keep things straight on the desktop, I put this in the trash now. I don't empty the trash, but I put it in the trash so it's off the desktop. Alright, here's what I want to do here. I want to fade this in. Listen to this. No one gets out of here alive. You know what? Maybe I don't want to fade this one in, and I kind of like that. Let's see if I want to fade it out. If I wanted to fade it in, if that cool creak wasn't right there, I would just select this part before I begin playing. I go under Filter, Fade In. Boom! But I don't want to do that, so I'm going to Command Z it. But I almost guarantee I want to fade out the end. Yeah, with the Sun Records effect on, the ambient background just sticks around forever. So, let's see, we'll fade it from here. It'll be a quick fade. Under Filter, Fade Out. Yeah, much nicer. Alright, this one, under File, Save As. I always change my file names just a little bit, just so I remember what stage I'm at. It can be easy to get confused when you're me. But then wait, what if you say, you know what, I'd like that to be a little bit louder. It's a song about Johnny Cash after all, and June Carter. It ought to be bigger. And this thing tops out here at about like that. But this here is way down. It's kind of under the mid-range. This is the mid-range. You know, it hits the lower, but for the most part, it doesn't really hit either. So I'm going to Command-A, select everything. Again, go under Filter to amplify volume. I have no idea what this number in the reverse blue means. What I look at is the one underneath it. That means that if I click OK right now, it's going to make it 139% louder. So let's listen to what that sounds like. No one gets out of here alive. That's a bit much. 1 1/4 is a lot more like it. What we want is we don't want any of these lines here, these vertical peaks. We really don't want them to go above the bottom of the ruler. I wish the preview showed what this thing looked like, but it doesn't. So let's just say, yeah, that's what we want. There we go. Good guess. Thank you very much. All right, I'm going to save it again. I'm going to close it. I'm going to close that because that's bullshit, man. All right, there is my finished audio file. Now I need to marry it to this guy here. That's where the other app that came bundled with your Mac comes in, the iMovie. We're done with the paid-for apps. We're just about there, man. This takes a while to open up because it's Powerhouse. And if you haven't told it to stop doing it already, after a while, it pops up this thing saying, hey, you want to take a tour with me? No, thank you. But I never tell it to stop doing it because one day I might. Alright, you don't have any of this crap here, so I'm just getting rid of it. Go away, crap. Go here into File, New Project. I say New Project. Alright. No one gets out. Oops. Of here. This happens to be widescreen. And automatically add cross dissolve. That gives you your visual, your video fade in and fade out. So I always choose that when I'm doing this type of project. Alright, your next step. Go under File to Import. Top choice is Movies. It'll give you a question box. Go to the old desktop. There's your only movie file on the desktop, so let's select that. Click Import. Since this is a smallish file, it'll only take a minute or so. You know, if it was longer than a 2 or 3 minute file, this step here can take a long time. If it's a 45-minute, you know, like a speech or something, yeah, just it's like exponentially longer. A lot of times I turn off my, what's it called? Energy saver, so that it doesn't put the computer to sleep about 45 minutes in and destroy the project. That may take, you know, longer than 45 minutes to process. No one gets out of here alive. Do. Hi, it's me. Bye. Hey, look, it's me again. All right. So click anywhere in this area down here. Then type Command A. That selects everything, doesn't it? Look, it's 2 minutes, 22 seconds. Pete Dixon. Where are they now? Alright. Now notice that this bar is slid down to the bottom. I guess that's the default when you add a clip that's longer than this space here can accommodate. Always remember to click it up there because you want to start from the beginning. Daddy needs to drink water. Alright, so here's what it sounds like. No one gets out of here alive. You've heard that a million times by now. Command A again. Go under Edit to mute clips. Ba-boom. Sounds much better now. Alrighty then. It's easy. You go over here to the desktop. Once again, you click once on your brand new AIF file, drag it over here, and just place it on top of this thing. And your computer will put it exactly where it needs to go to synchronize it. Didn't used to do that. It was a giant pain in the patoot. But it does now. So watch this. No one gets out of here alive. Sojourner stranded in the night. See, it's just me and my guitar, and there's not a lot of echo. It's just sweetened, just enough to be, you know, specialized without being overwhelmed by the production effects. Well, I think. Leslie doesn't agree. Especially when I add singing along tracks or playing along tracks. And anytime I do anything other than bare bones, she thinks I'm trying too hard. So watch out for that. Don't try too hard. People hate that. Alright, so now you're done. You're done with your project. Stand up for what you believe. See, it's perfectly synchronized. Alright, let me show you one last thing that is very cool. We're not going to do that to this project, but let me show you something that you can do. If I hadn't shot this with the effect in the shooting of it, and I decided I wanted an effect like that, I could have it in iMovie. So select a frame, go up under here to Window, go to Video Adjustments. Cropping 10 burns and rotation is pretty interesting too, but that's a little more advanced, I think. Alright, video adjustments is just what it sounds like. You look at this and you can make it black and white, you can make it syrupy honey yellow, you can leave it the hell alone. Contrast, that's kind of cool. I use that trick a few times. Some of the stuff I do is a little dark. Brightness, exposure. Wow, that's kind of cool, actually. Alright, where the hell is 0? All right. Oh, that's all close enough. And by mixing and matching these, you can get some really cool effects. But the coolest thing is up here at Clip. There's no way to modify any of these. They are what they are as they are. But, and as you run your mouse over the effect, it does the entire clip for you over here. It's really cool. So you can see how the effect works on every part of your clip. So here's normal. I don't know why they would have that. That's the way their stupid photo booth shoots everything backwards. Raster, you know, maybe you're faking an old TV broadcast. That's kind of cool. Haven't used it yet. That's just ugly. Use that one. I've used that one. Might have used that one. Probably use that one. Use that one. Use that one. Never use that one. Use that one. That one. That one. Nah. I make my own black and white and sepia, thank you. Anyhow, you know, if I was to do that, then click Done, it would, wow, that's actually not bad. That's good. But I think I like that better. No gets out of here alive. I do. All right, now I'm ready to export it. So I'm going to save it. I guess it saves itself. It's kind of a freaky program because it wants you to share. Hang on, honey. Okay, export using QuickTime. It's under Share. Again, put it down here on your desktop. Ba-boom. And now, remember to go down here to export. Change this QuickTime Movie. Don't worry about this, it'll be fine. Alright, then come up here, leave the extension on here, just on Akata. Now I'll give it the full name. No one gets out of here alive. Boom. And then in the meantime, you can come back here and say you want to send this sound file to somebody so they can record their part. You know, shit, you just email this. This is going to take another 12 minutes, and, you know, there's really no point in you hanging around for that. Because after this, we're done. So there's your little lesson. I sure hope it works out for you. And bye-bye now.